Welcome to the channel. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Chelsea.
Today we're sharing our top 5 experiences on the island of Moorea in French Polynesia. First of all, this is our favorite destination in the entire world, at least to date. Absolutely love this place, and I hope you guys have an opportunity to experience it as well. I mean, it's even better in person. It's hard to believe it looks better in person than any video than what we can show here. So is it as good as it looks? Well, no questions, hands down it is. So we want you to experience this. All right, we're first going to talk about Magic Mountain. Now, Magic Mountain is not too hard of a climb. I think it's approximately 600 feet, but it's paved roads. We took our daughters with us on this, and we actually went early in the morning, and we are very thankful for that because we didn't run into any traffic whatsoever. We had the peak essentially to ourselves when we got to the top, and it was just a lovely view of Moorea. Just seeing the lagoons and the scenery of the jungle and mountain landscapes, it's a really good opportunity for you to just get out and get a little bit of exercise in before it gets too hot, because this trail doesn't have a ton of shade. Just be mindful of that. It might be a better opportunity to go in the morning versus in the mid-afternoon.
They also have a smoothie cart at the bottom of the trail, so that's a nice little treat to get after you're all done.
So that is number 5, Magic Mountain. Go do it if you have an opportunity.
So our number 4 is a beach that we can't pronounce the name very well, so we will add a link below. This is one of our favorite beaches. You guys definitely want to check this out. It is beautiful. It's got very calm waters, beautiful scenery of the mountains, and it's got an amazing parking lot that has some food trucks in it. It's a great stop. We went there quite a few times and absolutely loved it. So
great for snorkeling. Really enjoyed doing that, and especially with the backdrop. And this beach, it was my favorite just because you got the emerald jagged mountains in the backdrop for a great scene, along with the soft sand. All right, number 3 on the list, it is visiting Shark Bank, and there's a couple opportunities for you to visit Shark Bank. And Shark Bank is essentially the area where it's more shallow. I think it's about 5 feet deep around that area where the sandbank is there, and you have the opportunity to swim with the blacktip sharks, the stingrays. We ended up renting a boat. I think it was you did have to pay for the local currency there. I couldn't pay with my credit card, but we had it for 2 hours. I think it was approximately for $80. You can take an excursion there. We actually arrived at the Shark Bank right, I think, when just one other boat was there. And so again, it's your preference on how you want to manage that, but we really enjoyed having full control. This was a good idea to rent our own boat. How long we wanted to spend snorkeling and just checking out the wildlife. I highly recommend that. Great experience to swim with the sharks and the stingrays there.
And we felt very safe while we were there, even swimming with them. There was a guy that was feeding the sharks, so we stayed kind of further away from him, but we felt very safe. So our number 2 is the Hilton Overwater Bungalows. This was a real treat, and honestly one of the best things that we did while we were there. It was a hard choice if it was going to be a number 1 or not. Absolutely.
Moorea has some great, I think for the price, the islands in French Polynesia obviously are absolutely stunning. But for the value, I do believe Moorea is going to offer the best opportunity for the biggest bang for the buck. So I would suggest, if maybe you're already going there and that's solely where you're going to be staying on a resort, maybe it's the Hilton, maybe it's somewhere else, but I thought the Hilton location and the lagoons there along with the backdrop of the mountains was absolutely beautiful. And if you're going to be going to French Polynesia and you haven't already been in an Overwater Bungalow, you need to absolutely do it. if budget's more tight, I would still recommend as many days as you can, or many nights as you can afford rather, and that way you get the best value for the stay.
And they also have different shows that they offer there, and they have restaurants. And we did not pay for the show there, but there's an area that you can sit and you can kind of watch it from a distance. Well, the staff saw us with our daughters, and they said, please come over and watch it at a closer area, and they were just overall very kind. And I will say, we found that most people on the island are very welcoming and very kind. So we love that part of it.
100% agree with that. People of French Polynesia, the locals there, are completely welcoming and friendly.
Yes.
Really enjoy that aspect, and that's why we're in the midst of actually planning another trip to French Polynesia later this summer, going to a couple different islands. But again, the people there are just so welcoming, and especially the people at Hilton were just such a pleasure to see and have that hospitality. That's something you'll really enjoy there.
Yes, great. So our number 1 is COCO Beach. We love this because it felt more isolated, and just in general, it was that powder white sand. You could walk out extremely far into the water and it'd only be ankle high. It just was breathtakingly beautiful. And there's a restaurant on that little island, but you do have to take a boat. There's a person that goes back and forth. I think it only takes about 10 minutes to get there, would you say? And it's well worth the money. We highly recommend going there, and wish we could have gone there more.
Yeah, I know a water taxi there, like she said, it's a short ride, but they have a nice restaurant. So again, it's just a really nice location, and very enjoyable. Don't miss it if you have the opportunity to go there. I do want to say an honorable mention is the outlook at Mount Belvedere. We went there, and it's a really cool thing to do. I know you can take excursions with quads or maybe a scooter, but yeah, something to check out if you have an opportunity. So the other honorable mention I want to mention here is the beach that I don't want to mispronounce this beach, so I want to just link it right here to give it the name, and highly recommend this. As far as just a very shallow, you can go out really far in this beach. Beautiful waters. I mean, just take a look at this footage here. So that wraps up our top 5 experiences or things to see and do on the island of Moorea, which we believe is one of the most beautiful islands in the world. So if you do have the opportunity to visit, that's fantastic. If you have any questions for your itinerary, we're happy to help answer those. Just comment below and we'll do our best to get back to you. In addition to that, we've actually made another video of how to get to French Polynesia and be on a budget, and also see all the wonderful things that we had the opportunity to see. So feel free to check out that video if you're looking for some tips to save on some costs like we did, to make it more affordable and enjoyable after the trip. So anyhow, hope you have a great day. Take care. God bless.
God bless.